Did you know that gold mining is one of the world's most ecologically destructive industries? Gold mining has ravaged landscapes, contaminated water supplies, and contributed to the destruction of vital ecosystems. Industrial mining: damaging effects on the planet and our health, Part 2 of 3. Continue watching to find out more.
Welcome to Part 2 of our 3-part series, Industrial Mining: Damaging Effects on the Planet and Our Health. In our last episode, we talked about how coal mining can be highly damaging to the environment, as well as how it impacts our health. Did you know that gold mining is one of the world's most ecologically destructive industries? Gold mining has ravaged landscapes, contaminated water supplies, and contributed to the destruction of vital ecosystems. Often, gold mining processes leave in their wake extensive soil erosion and contamination of streams or other bodies of water with mercury, a toxic liquid metal. The process consists of pumping a mixture of water and sediments from a riverbed into a trough while suspending the sediment in a slurry. Mercury is then added to the gold particles to form an amalgam. Mercury is often used in artisanal, low-tech and small-scale gold mining to extract gold from rock and sediment. The process of separating gold from ore with mercury is causing a global health and environmental crisis. The toxic element is also likely to cause cascading effects throughout Earth's ecosystem. In 2018, the World Health Organization, or WHO, and the United Nations met to push forward action to halt the damaging effects of artisanal and small-scale gold mining on human health and the environment. Regarding this issue, WHO senior scientist Dr. Magaran Bagayoko says, "Small-scale gold mining is a crucial source of income for millions of Africans. But it is often dangerous, damaging, and in the worst cases deadly for artisanal miners." Exposure to elemental mercury can cause lifelong disability, kidney failure, and speech, sight, and cognitive impairment. Pregnant women and children are at particular risk. To combat mercury poisoning, the world's first legally binding treaty on mercury, the Minamata Convention, was signed in 2013 by representatives from 92 countries. The goal was to phase out use of this highly toxic substance by 2020. Apart from the use of mercury, gold-rich countries in Africa routinely discharge toxic chemicals containing cyanide and arsenic during gold mining activities. When these harmful compounds are released into bodies of water, workers and local residents are exposed to a range of health risks, including lower respiratory tract infections, cardiovascular diseases, skin infections, and cancer. A number of investigations have been conducted on the health impact of gold extraction. In Ghana, for example, several studies have documented heaps of waste materials at mining sites that release toxic chemicals into the environment. In 2020, a group of researchers from Duke University in the USA carried out research highlighting concerns about how gold miners have dramatically altered the landscape of Peru's Amazon. An increase in mercury poisoning risk for humans and wildlife was also revealed. According to the research team, leftover mercury from mining sites caused highly toxic methyl mercury levels to be present in some watersheds. Simon Top, a doctoral student in geological sciences at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, who co-led the study, says in heavily mined watersheds, there's been a 670% increase in the extent of ponds across the landscapes since 1985. These ponds are almost entirely artificial lakes created as thousands of former mining pits fill in with rainwater and groundwater over time.
Vast areas of the Amazon rainforest have been destroyed by illegal gold miners, polluting the area with liquid mercury.
Postdoctoral student at the University of California, Berkeley, Dr. Jacqueline Gerson adds, methyl mercury poses especially high risks for humans and large animals because it bioaccumulates in body tissue. That's particularly concerning given the high biodiversity and the large number of indigenous populations that live in the Peruvian Amazon. In a 2021 study, the Landsat Image Archive, available through Google Earth Engine, was used to quantify the total footprint of vegetation loss due to artisanal gold mines in Ghana from 2005 to 2019. Within the study area of southwestern Ghana, the results showed that approximately 47,000 hectares of vegetation were converted to mining at an average rate of 2,600 hectares per year. Apart from deforestation, increased gold mining activity in recent years has the potential to affect human health and the community's access to clean drinking water resources. At present, greenhouse gas emissions across the entire gold industry, from exploration and extraction to downstream uses such as jewelry making, contribute 36,793 tons of carbon dioxide per ton of gold extracted and used. The World Gold Council, or WGC, and its members recognize that climate change poses a substantial risk to the global economy and socio-economic development. The WGC aims to meet 2030 decarbonization goals laid out by the Paris Agreement. WGC Chief Financial Officer Terry Heyman says, "We recognize that climate change imposes very substantial risks to the global economy. Gold has an important role to play in supporting the transition to a lower carbon economy, both through decarbonization efforts and as a compelling investment as investors look for resilient assets in their portfolios, which are less likely to be negatively impacted by the physical and transition risks associated with climate change." Dr. Ben Caldecott, Director of the Oxford Sustainable Finance Program and Associate Professor at Oxford University, says, "Investors all over the world, from large institutional investors to small millennial retail savers, have become increasingly aware of their portfolios' environmental footprints. The global challenge of transitioning to a negative carbon footprint poses a massive challenge, but also opportunity, and will reshape the value of assets and companies across sectors of the global economy." In recent years, gold mining has increased rapidly across the wider Amazon region, especially along the Guiana Shield, where as much as 90% of total deforestation has occurred. The Guiana Shield includes Guyana, Suriname, French Guiana, Venezuela, and small parts of Colombia and northern Brazil. In Guyana, for example, gold mining led to about 57,000 hectares of forest lost between 2010 and 2017. Scientific research published in the Journal of Applied Ecology in 2020 found that gold mining significantly limits the regrowth of Amazonian forests. The results showed that forest recovery is severely limited by mining-induced depletion of soil nutrients, along with mercury concentrations and other toxic elements. The Amazon Conservation Association's monitoring of the Andean Amazon Project, or MAAP, was established to track and report on any illegal mining activities in the Amazon rainforest areas of Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, Brazil, and Colombia using satellite imagery. Regarding the project, Senior Research Specialist and Director of MAAP, Dr. Matt Feiner, says, "We are able to see the most remote stretches of the Amazon. You tell it exactly where to go and it snaps a picture for you and you get it within 24 to 48 hours. It's really remarkable." The group's findings can then be shared with government officials to locate mining activities as they are happening. We are delighted to share the news that earlier this year, Ghana's Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, the Honorable Samuel Abu-Jinapor, announced the decision to suspend all prospecting licenses granted for mining, thus urging the government to cancel all prospecting mining licenses. The decision was made to end the unregulated and irresponsible mining that was threatening the existence of Ghana's forest reserves, rivers, and bodies of water. It was also acknowledged that the negative impacts of climate change were hitting the environment hard and the country will feel the real impact of disaster if steps are not taken to protect and save the environment. The Honorable Samuel Abu-Jinapor says, Ghana is committed to the global efforts to preserve and protect the natural forest cover, and we shall spare no effort and resources in achieving this goal. Kudos to the Honorable Samuel Abu-Jinapor for his wise decision.